reconnect. These are dark times in our community. And what I mean by that is this. We have people in our community who are having conversations about our community and things that we need to do that they have no place having that conversation, if you ask me. I was just having, before the show, one of my Facebook friends, one of my Facebook connections, he was having a conversation about civics, and he knew nothing about the electoral process in the United States of America. For those who don't know, I'm a 50-year-old man. And if you're a 50-year-old man, most of my friends are between 45 and 50 who are on Facebook. You know what? They range between 36 and 60. But most of them between 45, 50 years old. You know, say 45 to 55, I should say. And if you're a 55-year-old man, or if you're in that age group, you were born in the 70s and you don't know basic 8th grade civics, that's a problem. See, we spend, in my opinion, I hate to jump on the soapbox and I hate to do this finger pointing thing, but if we are going to be a community and take charge of what's ours and complain that we're not getting respect, we have to do things in order to garner that respect, so to speak. And what I mean by that is this. How is it that you are a man of age, and let's just not put a number on it, you're a man with children, and you don't know basic civics? That's insulting to you. That's insulting to your community. And that's insulting to your future. We're looking at a situation to whereas the brother asked me this. He posed a question. And I'm not knocking this brother. Because you know what? It takes a tremendous person to admit that they don't know something. Let's get that out there first and foremost. It takes one hell of a man to openly say on a social media network, I don't know something. What does this mean? So I commend him for that. And I'm not excoriating him for anything. But as a group of people, we need to know exactly how things work. How do we get out of oppression without knowing how the oppression is working? It's easy to sit around and say what somebody who's sitting in the political office did or did not do, can or cannot do, or whatever the situation is. It's easy to sit around, this guy didn't do, that guy didn't do, what's up with this, what's up with that. That's easy to sit around and do because you know what? The easiest thing to do in the world is to point out what's wrong with something. Now, what you want to do once you identify what's wrong with something is have an answer and a means to fix what's wrong. And to me, that's where we go wrong. That's where we go wrong. Because I can say, hey man, Joe from Houston ain't this. DJ Knox ain't that. And yeah, that's cool. Oh yeah. You can identify what's wrong with them. How about this? Help me help my brother Knox out of this situation. Help me help my brother Joe out of this situation. Because who can't identify what's wrong with somebody? It's easy. All you do is watch them for a little while. You'll be able to say, hey, you'll be like, oh yeah, this is what's wrong with him. Now, the challenge comes is, how do you educate that brother and help him through a bad situation or something that you see as a shortcoming? Don't nobody give a damn how smart you are. We really don't. Because true intelligence isn't a whole bunch of information. True intelligence is the practical application of all that information and all that nonsense that you think you're smart for. Oh man, I know this and I know that, and I read this book and I read that book. But true intelligence is the practical application of that information. Otherwise, you're just fucking up the ozone just like cow farts. Seriously. It might be funny. You might even laugh at that. But when all you have is judgment for your brother or your sister, all you're doing is burning up the ozone. Seriously. Because, yeah, I could have just said, this clown is stupid. How don't you know how this works? His question was, what does popular vote mean? And this sounds simple enough. He said, when it comes to the presidential election, what does popular vote mean? Or how much is that? It's 100%. And like I said, and then I had to further elaborate. It's 100% of the people. Now, You can win the popular vote. All you need is, if it's 1,000 people voting, all you need is 501 people to vote for you, and you win. But simultaneously, the country is not set up that way. You must win the electoral college vote, and that is determined due to population in the area in which you live in. That's why Texas has so many electoral college votes. That's why Pennsylvania, Ohio, these are immensely populated places. Therefore, they'll get swing votes, Florida and places like that. That's why those electoral college votes are important. Now, a lot of people don't like it. I don't know if I'm not gonna put a whole lot of thought into it. I haven't put a whole lot of thought into what's right, what's wrong, how can we fix it? Because at the end of the day, until we educate ourselves totally on civics, basic 8th grade, can't get out of the elementary school civics, then we'll continue to spin our wheels. Because my brother didn't know this, but a lot of people don't know these things, and they just sit back and continue to have extensive conversations about things that they are totally ignorant to, and now they just blowing smoke about what somebody is gonna do. And this leads me into another topic in regards to what I want to talk about. Ice Cube, T.I., Puff Daddy, and these other numbskulls who are multimillionaires talking about hold your vote. Whether you hold your vote or not, that's your get down. I don't have a heaven and hell to put you in. I'm not your mama. I'm not your daddy. I'm not any of that nonsense. But if you understand basic 8th grade civics, I'm talking about elementary school civics, what happens is this. If you hold your vote, let's just go back 4 years. 4 years ago today, it was a lot of people in the country, 100 million to be exact, said, I ain't voting for Trump or I ain't voting for Hillary. Fuck them both, right? How did that work out for you? You got a fascist in office who clearly is anti-you. See, what it is people think because you're not at the bottom of the toilet bowl, you ain't affected. And let me go full disclosure. I wasn't one of those people saying, I'm not going to vote for Hillary. I'm not going to vote for Trump. I was one of those people saying, I ain't voting at all. And I think me and my brothers and my sisters in the community should get together, yada, 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 this, that, and the third, which was equally ignorant, which was equally wrong, which was equally stupid. And I'm not even calling the brother who didn't know stupid. I'm calling me stupid. The reason I'm calling me stupid is I knew better. I know civics. I knew how the process worked. I understand that I need to get behind Brother RC and Brother Deacon Dale. RC is my alderman. Deacon Dale is my state's representative. And then I need to find D-Grade, my state senator. I need to get behind all of them because I can trust all three of them. And then I can put pressure on RC, who's going to put pressure on Deacon Dale, who's going to put pressure on D-Grade, who's going to put pressure on the governor, who's going to put pressure on the president. Or, since they are in office and I can trust them, what they'll do is funnel funds and materials back to our community and be able to rebuild our community, and then we won't have to beg, borrow, and steal just to survive. You're living in an existence in which you will be able to live, not just survive. If you got here late, please, I started the show extremely early because Tech didn't have a lot of time, but do me a favor, subscribe always, share always, go to Built for This Network Radio on YouTube, subscribe here on Spreaker. If you got an iPhone, I need you to subscribe on iTunes. If you got a Android phone, I need you to go to Spotify and subscribe, please. Thank you. Allow pivot, full stop, pivot, back to the story. Now, I knew better and I didn't do better, which makes me worse than the person that don't know better. But Ice Cube, T.I., and P. Diddy, collectively, they're worth about $600-700 million. So if this shit hits the entire fan, guess what they can do? Barbados is offering citizenship. They can go to Barbados, Ghana. They can go to Ghana. It's a ton of countries all around the world that will open arms welcome T.I., Sean Combs, and O'Shea Jackson without a problem. So, and then when you look at them, it shows how little they read. There are literally dozens of books on reparations and the Black agenda, going back to the Black Conference in Gary, Indiana, in 1972. That's the middle of the fight. That ain't even the middle of the fight. We talking about 1972. That was 48 years ago. That ain't even the middle of the fight. That's like I don't even know. That's like 35% of the fight, because you're talking about W.B. Du Bois did it, and back in the late 1800s, early 1900s. You got people like Ida B. Wells. There's been people fighting this fight for the longest in regards to reparations. Ever since they started the reconciliation and ended Reconstruction, people been talking about reparations. So Mr. Jackson, Mr. Combs, and Mr. Harris, y'all need to hurry the hell up, read a book, get something to do, and because y'all getting on my damn nerves. First and foremost, y'all are not adding anything to the community. I don't need to see another damn game show. I don't need to see another damn movie. But guess what? I bet you if I open the lines up and had D-Grade call, D-Grade wouldn't tell me about all the after-school programs being funded by people like Ice Cube and other people who hollering at from LA, hold your vote. I bet you if I call Chief Rocker ain't gonna tell me. Chief Rocker, or I think Raider for Life, and those dudes down there in Georgia. Hey, my cousin Chris, or my cousin Taurus, or my cousin. I got a bunch of cousins now. I couldn't call my cousins and have them verify that T.I. is funding all the after-school programs down there in our community. And I damn sure know, Diddy, yeah, you got a school. That's cool. That's dope. It shouldn't be poo-poo. But I bet you're not doing that for the kids in Harlem. I bet you're not getting together with people like Tech and Drew Ha and Buckshot and helping them do things in Brooklyn. I bet you're not doing or hooking up with Nas and LL and funding everything in New York. Remember, it was Rock the Vote a couple years ago, Diddy. What, did you get hit in the head with the damn rock? See, this is what I'm talking about. We got too many ignoramuses telling us what to do in regards to our community. You know, why in the hell, when you got people like Laura Coates, Dr. Greg Carr, Laura Coates, leader, one of the chair people, the law center there in New York City, Dr. Greg Carr down there in D.C. at Howard University. He spends a lot of time at Howard and Philadelphia, and we can go on and on and on and on about people who have studied these things, people who live these things. It's this I can't think of his name right now. He's in New Jersey. He's a reverend. He turned himself into a millionaire by helping people out. And if Knox, if you know his name, let me know his name, because he in Jersey. He doing big things. And he's a reverend. He has a PhD as well. He teaches financial literacy. He got a get out of debt program. Now, if these people are telling me to hold my vote, then I'm sitting there going, wait a minute, they got a plan. But Ice Cube get on TV, and one of his talking points is weed. Are you outside your fucking mind, Ice Cube? Weed. Stop, man. One of your talking points of your get down is legalizing marijuana. So you mean to tell me if Donald J. Trump, the current president of the United States of America, signs an executive order to decriminalize marijuana today, everybody in the hood gonna run out their houses and it's gonna be a gold bar sitting in front of their crib? Now shut the hell up. And this is why we gotta stop listening. No disrespect to this brother that I'm about to say, to LeBron James. We gotta stop listening to Ice Cube. If you dribble, if you shoot, and if you ain't doing what you saying, and they're not even LeBron James, but people like LeBron James, these people don't know what's going on in the hood no more. Man, LeBron James does great things. If anything, you don't hear LeBron James saying that. And he out here in these streets creating programs. So if you go to this school and your mother go get her GED, they'll pay for her to go to college.